We're not quite in the back of the ute, we're sort of standing in the front of the ute. However, I've got Ruth Chisholm here at Peachey Community Gardens, and I've never been to a community garden before, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity for me to explore what this is all about. Thank you for joining me, Ruth.
And thank you for finding us, Tamsin.
We did have to get out of the rain this morning, so but that's okay. Rain is good. La Nina is doing her thing.
Yeah, loving the rain.
So can you tell me then and us what is a community garden and why is it so special?
A community garden should be, I believe, in the 12 years that we've been running Peachey Community Garden, it should be a safe place for all to come. It should be a place where everyone's embraced. And it's just a beautiful educational place. So this to me is heaven on earth. This to me is nirvana. This to me is my place where I would love to live.
How did it start? It's got a unique story, hasn't it?
Yes, it does. So about 12 years ago, before we put a shovel in the ground, one woman had an idea. And as soon as she spoke about her idea, I had an urgency inside of me to know that this was going to be very, very important. Because families are so separated at this time. It's so important to have your own family here, and that's what we are, as a family here. So we care for each other, we look after each other's children, we teach each other's children. And with $65 and 20 members, we started Peachey Community Garden. This is not a council structured garden, this is an independent community garden.
So how did it start? Who owned it then, and how did they get in touch with you?
In Ormeau, we have the Peachey family, who were big property developers in this area, and they entrusted the land to the Ormeau community. They put a board of trustees in place to monitor the area, and so we have land care here, we have the Ormeau Scouts, we have quite a few community groups that use this property, and it's really well used. And because we have built structures like Gigi, the pizza dragon, and that beautiful huge gazebo, we now have protected this land for generations to come. So the council know that this is a really valuable community space, and we know the power of community. We know the support and structure that community gives an area, and this is a haven.
And especially when you add the food component as well.
Yes.
You have lots of children here, and
yes.
And they're learning to grow food?
Yes. Yes. So they're learning the structures in soil. The worms, they love digging through and finding the worms and the microbes and all the bits in the soil, and they know that that's where the nutrition comes from. They plant the seedlings and then they see the fruit coming on the seedlings, and then they go around and harvest them every week, and it's so satisfying.
Yeah, we just had a little one following us around with her scissors, snipping everything, showing us a lime.
Yeah.
It was so special.
Yeah, and they look at things with such wonder and amazement. You don't get that at the supermarkets.
No.
Everyone's so detached from their food. So we know that the best things in life happen around food.
Yeah.
And that's what we cultivate here.
And what's your process with actually growing food? Who plants? Does everybody have a job? How does it work?
We have a couple of people, permaculturists and just amazing green thumbs that know where things are to be planted, so we don't plant the same things in the same spot. So we plant companion plants, we plant flowers. So there's a group that prepare the soil. We're always feeding the soil, and all natural. We don't do any chemicals here, nothing harmful to our bodies, as much as we can. So,
and do you have that opportunity to bring in green waste from maybe the surrounding restaurants and things like that?
I'm so glad you asked that. We have a Scraps for Soil program. So the neighbourhoods bring in their scraps. We supply these buckets on the table. They bring in their bucket of food scraps. We put that into our compost and they take home an empty bucket with them. So that way we have enough food to keep filling our compost.
So these gates are open permanently?
Yes.
So when you've got a full bucket, you just come in and
Yes.
drop it off.
Yeah, it's all set up there for you, and we have amazing people in our community that can't always come and work in the garden, but they want to contribute. So the scraps for soil, and then they can take home a bucket of soil if they need to, and it's the most amazing soil.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
So, and is there like any registration? Do you have an email thing to send out?
We
to
have a
people?
membership form, $40 a year. It's the cheapest gym on the coast. Oh my gosh. I use this as a great workout place. And then we have Blue Card as well. We like to keep our children safe, so we always encourage our members to get a Blue Card. And that's pretty much it. We supply all the tools, the soil, the morning tea, the pizza oven nights, every social event you can imagine we can put on. So it's, if you can imagine it, if you can dream it, dare to dream, we can create it together.
Yeah.
So this is a place of limitless possibilities.
Yeah.
And there aren't many places in the world where you can allow yourself to go there. So I love that people begin to get in touch with their creative side. And when you're creating something, when your hands are busy, your head is light and your heart is full. So I love that. I love seeing the change in people as they come. When they come, they can be anxious and caught up in their own heads. And when they come and they get their hands dirty and they create things and see things growing, it's like they become lighter. They become them, their authentic self. So this world encourages us to put on our armor and to put on masks. And this is that one place you can come and be truly you. It's safe. And that's what I love about it. It's so magical without it being airy-fairy. It's so powerful.
Yeah. Well, it's just grounding, you're growing your own food, you're mixing with like-minded people, you've got that security like you said, you're creating a closed loop economy, even with your scraps, bring them back, composting, taking it away, growing your own, perfect. Yeah,
we have workshops on wicking beds, which is a beautiful way to grow things in Queensland for water conservation. I just love the endless possibilities that this can give.
And there's community gardens in every area, is there?
Yes,
how does
in
it
most
work?
areas. A lot of them are council owned, so they have a lot of funds, they have a lot of support. But we have a totally different culture to all of those because we are self-funded. And we always have enough money. Nature is incredibly abundant. Yeah. It multiplies. And when you create a space for this, incredible things happen. It's like living on another plane because you are creating a platform for miracles to happen, for natural miracles, for people miracles, for abundance in every level of life. So we've got people that have found jobs, relationships, friendships, family, grandparents, aunties and uncles, and none of us are related. Yeah. It's such a soul-filling place to be involved in.
Yeah. All on the right energy level.
I love it. It brings me back to life, and being with the children keeps you young and engaged and connected. You know, we think we're connected in this society, but we're really not. When you have children engaging with you and wanting to learn from you, it's just so precious. Thank you, Tamsin.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Got goosebumps. But I've had a lovely morning this morning, and keep going.
Thank you. It's more important now more than ever. This is so important. Community is important. This is just one face of community. Community looks like so many different things, and it's just keeping that strong.